Good morning from Houston, Texas. I'm Spence, and it is Thursday, January 20th, 2022. It's about 8:30 in the morning. I've been going strong since about 3 a.m. I usually wake up about that time, and you know, you know, I love sleeping. I get my sleep, and anyway, I love waking up early and and getting to start the day. I don't want to mess around and procrastinate. I've had some questions. I've made some posts with my weighted vest and all that stuff, and I just want to take the time. I had some questions and comments, and I just wanted to take the opportunity to explain how I approach DDPY and why I use a weighted vest. But I want to do so, and with the understanding that I don't want to speak out of school. I follow DDPY and what Dallas says to the letter. And you know, I do what works for me. As he says, I make the DDPY my own. So here's how I do it. I started out in 2017. I didn't do exactly everything I should have done. I mean, I was committed to the program. I did it for like 6 months, and I dropped quite a bit of weight. I dropped a ton, and I thought I was still in my 20s and 30s and could do those things, and I was in my mid 40s, and it just doesn't work. I mean, I ate gluten-free and as organic as much as I possibly could afford, and I'm still in the same boat financially, but I didn't do it as often as I could have because I still love to have a drink, and I'd go and I'd make exceptions, and I thought, well, hell, I've lost this much weight, I'll just work it off. No, sorry, it doesn't work that way. So, and a lot of factors contributed to, just negativity, pressure cooker life that, it was never ending. And I quit. And I just said, the hell with it. So I came back April 28th, 2021, and I was inspired to do so by my nephew. I was just in a conversation with him one day, and I knew I was big. I was 375, 365, and I've been as weight as much as 400, I know, which I don't know how in the hell I ever got to that point in life. I do, but I don't know how I let it happen. And you knew you were big, but it just came on so damn quick, what seemed like overnight. But anyway, I was inspired on April 28th by my nephew. I just looked at him and said something to him, and he smiled. And when he smiled, I heard God tell me, you better get off your butt and do something, or you're going to check out early on this kid. It's going to devastate his life. He'll never be the same. And the thought of that just broke my heart. It broke my heart. And I just, when I think about my nephew, there's nothing in the world that compares to that boy. He's such a good soul. He's a good boy. And at any rate, that's when I made the commitment. I knew DDPY. I've done it before. I trusted it. I trust Dallas. His reputation in the business of wrestling is second to none. He's always been a straight shooter. He's a guy that just told you the truth, and you could trust him. And you could tell by his work in the ring. I was a wrestler myself, so, it's easy to tell. So I right then and there that day with my nephew, I knew right then and there, I didn't want to do the same crap I was doing. So anyway, I got into DDPY again, and by my 48th birthday on September 5th, I lost 115 pounds. I was about 250. I gained some back since, but, that's just stupid dieting. And anyway, each day I challenged myself to do a little more, and I found out that, I didn't, It's a Wonderful Life, as the Jimmy Stewart movie says. And I didn't want to hate myself anymore. And how I lost sight of that, I don't know, but I was living a very selfish existence, very cowardly. And so each day, the way I approach DDPY is a little more and a little more and a little more. I got the bear blocks, I got the mat, I got the heart rate monitor. I started out with DVDs, and then Dallas, sent me a message one day, and he was like, bro, you got to get the app. And I said, okay. So I got the app, and it was a life changer because of all the things it provides. Excuse me. And I did it, and I did it, and I did it. And I would ask advice and questions every day. And I got to the point where, here's where I get to the weighted vest part of this video. And I got to the part where, I'd had shoes, I bought a mat, I bought the heart rate monitor, bear blocks, and then I got push-up bars. And I found myself getting addicted and get this and get that, get this. And I thought, what about a weighted vest? And, I was told it's not necessary, and it isn't. It's not for everybody, but it's what works for me. And I just thought, well, I've always had this thing in my head where, well, why? I have to, I can take advice and somebody can tell me something growing up, and I would follow that advice, look both ways before crossing the street. But if somebody said you can't do something or you shouldn't do something, I would go, well, why shouldn't I do it? Well, it's morally wrong. Well, why can't I? Who says I can't? Who says I can't swing as hard as I want at the golf ball? Or who says I can't swing for the fences and hit a home run? Things like that. Who says I won't be a professional athlete? And that's all I ever got was things you will never do. Never do. Instead of saying, well, hell, go for it. That's all I ever heard. Well, I became a professional athlete, and I knew I could do it, and it was in my heart. So I'm proud of that. And I thought that was what I was put on earth to do, but what I was put on earth to do was to be my nephew's uncle. I have no kids of my own. I'm not married. I don't have a family, but that boy's my life, and I know in my heart that's what I was put on this earth to do. So I said, hell with it, I'm going to do things my way. And that's what I did. So I got the weighted vest, and it holds 90 pounds. And I started out, by the time I got to that point, I had to increase and get better each day. But by the time I got to the point where I wanted to use a weighted vest, I was doing workouts that I never thought I could do at a pace that I never thought I would achieve. And there's still things I can't do right now, like doing a headstand. I can't get full extension on a roundhouse, but that'll come in time. But with that weighted vest, I basically try to torture myself. I don't do this for fun. I don't sit there and go, oh boy, this is going to be fantastic. Let me enjoy this shit. No, this is business to me. And this is about my life. So I take it very seriously. And there's times when I have fun and enjoy a light workout. But when I'm ready to go to work, I go to work. And that's the way I approach it. So I started out with like 20 pounds just to see what it was like. I went to 25 and then 30. And one day I just said, to hell with it, I'm going to load it up. And I stuck 60 pounds in there. And I said, if I have to modify, I'm going to modify. And that's what I did. And that's why I do it. And, I didn't want to die. And my nephew was my inspiration. So hopefully you can take something from that. If you are interested in a weighted vest, get one. If not, it's not necessary, but it's what works for me, and I'm going to make the DDPY my own, and I'm going to keep on keeping on. So everybody have a great day, and I hope you can learn something from this video, and I hope it can inspire you. And, never quit, never give up. Y'all be good. I'll catch you later. Take care. Bye-bye.